All right, so are you ready to like really dive deep into Rhythms Blues?
Let's do it.
So we know you guys out there listening want to get a quick feel for this book,
Yeah.
figure out what the conflicts are about the characters, all that good stuff before you commit to like reading the whole thing.
For sure.
So think of this as your like express tour of all the drama.
Yeah.
But we're not going to totally spoil the ending.
That's right.
Yeah.
Just enough to pique your interest, but leave you wanting more.
Exactly.
Got to keep that suspense going.
Okay, so let's meet our main character,
Okay.
Rhythm Baker.
Rhythm Baker.
She's a successful occupational therapist. Seems to have it all going on, And of course, she's got this super famous rapper boyfriend, Raheem.
Of course.
But
Here's where things get
yeah,
interesting.
that perfect relationship.
Yeah, their picture-perfect relationship.
Right.
Starts to show some cracks.
Uh-oh.
And Rhythm is like dealing with Raheem's not-so-great behavior.
Mm-hmm.
And, he's got kind of an ego. Well, yeah, I mean, guy's a famous rapper.
Yeah, and it seems like every time he gets another hit song, it inflates even more.
Yeah. That dynamic really makes you think,
It does.
is he truly in love with Rhythm? Or is she just another, accessory in his high-profile life? We see this all the time, don't we? Like the allure of fame and just the constant pressure to maintain a certain image.
Yeah.
It can really mess up your priorities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not just celebrities either. Like
Right.
anyone who's ever been in a relationship where they felt overlooked or taken for granted can probably relate to what Rhythm's going through.
Totally. So what does Rhythm do?
What does she do?
Yeah.
She doesn't just sit back and take it.
Good for her.
She makes a choice.
Ooh, a choice.
A bold one.
I like it.
She moves out.
Whoa.
Ends the relationship.
No more drama.
No more drama. No more trying to fit into a mold that clearly doesn't suit her.
You know what? I think that's something we can all admire about her. That strength to walk away from something that seems glamorous on the surface,
Right.
But deep down, it's just not working.
Totally. And she's putting herself first.
Yes.
Her happiness and self-respect.
Absolutely.
It makes you wonder, what would you do
What would I do?
in that situation?
That's a great question. And I think it's something to keep in mind as we go forward with this story, because just as Rhythm is starting to rebuild her life, she meets.
She has this totally unexpected encounter
Yes.
with Channing Watson.
Oh, Channing.
Super successful music producer, but it's not your typical
Love at first sight.
love at first sight scenario.
Okay, how do they meet?
They meet because their moms are both at the same therapy clinic.
What a coincidence.
Talk about a chance meeting, right?
Yeah,
So it all starts with a flat tire.
a flat tire.
Channing needs help, and of course, Rhythm, being the amazing person she is,
Right.
steps in to lend a hand.
Nice.
So sparks fly, one thing leads to another, and they have a one-night
A
stand.
one-night stand. Okay, so is this like a classic rebound situation?
Right.
Rhythm's hurting, she's vulnerable, and Channing is right there offering comfort, maybe a little distraction.
Exactly. But is it just a fling?
Right.
Or is there something more there?
Yeah.
And Kimberly Brown does such a great job.
The author.
The author does such a great job of keeping us guessing at this point.
Oh, I bet.
And just when you think you've got it all figured out,
Oh, no.
she throws in this major twist.
What a twist.
It's a bombshell.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Channing, the
Yeah.
guy Rhythm just had this intense connection with, turns out to be
Who is he?
Raheem's new producer.
What?
Talk about a tangled web.
Oh, my gosh. So it's not just two people trying to, figure out their feelings for each other.
Yeah.
There's this whole other layer now.
Right.
The ex is involved in the music industry, and this
Secret. This huge secret.
that could just blow everything
If
up.
it gets out.
Oh, man. This is good stuff.
So it really makes you think, right?
It does.
What would you do?
Yeah.
Imagine finding someone who you just totally connect with,
Yeah.
But the situation is just a mess.
It's messy. It's complicated.
Yeah, so complicated.
Yeah.
Would you risk it all for a chance at real love?
That's a tough one.
Right?
I mean, it's a real dilemma, and I think that's what makes this book so interesting.
Yeah.
To just get to those anxieties we all feel about love and relationships.
Yeah.
The fear of what people will think, the pressure to do what everyone else is doing.
Right.
And then just that desire to follow your heart, even when it's scary.
Even you have no idea where it's going to lead.
Exactly. And it's interesting how the author uses the music industry as the background for all of this.
It's a perfect setting.
It is, because it's a world where how you look is everything.
Yeah.
And relationships are always in the spotlight and people are kind of using each other.
Yeah. And it just adds to like the tension between Rhythm and Channing, trying to build something real in this fake world, you know?
Like their bond is even stronger because of all the obstacles.
I think so.
Yeah, it's definitely more than just a physical thing.
Right.
It's emotional, intellectual even.
You can tell in the way they talk to each other, the way they support each other, challenge each other.
It makes you root for them.
I know you do.
You want them to be happy, even though you know it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, especially with Raheem.
Right? He's still there lurking.
He might be the ex.
Yeah.
But he's definitely not out of the picture.
It's like he's this shadow hanging over them.
Totally. And you wonder, what is he up to?
What are his motives?
Yeah, like, is he actually heartbroken?
Is he jealous, or is he cooking up some plan?
Right. Is he going to try to ruin things for them?
Ooh, that's what I want to know.
Like, use his connections to mess with Channing's career or something.
That's what makes a good story so good. You never know what's going to happen next.
And just when Rhythm is starting to feel like she's found some peace with Channing, all the secrecy starts to weigh on her.
It's like she's carrying around this double weight, you know, like her past with Raheem, and then the fear of what'll happen if people find out about her and Channing.
It's a classic internal conflict.
It is.
Does she protect herself or does she go for it?
Right. Does she play it safe to avoid getting hurt?
Yeah.
Or does she say, you know what, I deserve to be happy and I'm going for it no matter what?
I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Oh, totally. Even if we aren't dating music producers and rappers.
It's that moment when you have to decide how much you're willing to risk.
Exactly. And I love that the author doesn't tell you what's right or wrong.
Yeah.
She just lays out the situation, the characters, their flaws and all.
Yeah.
And lets you decide.
It makes you think.
It does.
Like, what would I do?
That's the power of a good story.
It's not just escape.
No.
It's about looking at your own life.
Exactly. And what I like about this book is that it doesn't give you easy answers.
No, it doesn't tell you what to do.
It just shows you how complicated things are.
Yeah, these messy situations with imperfect character.
And it makes you appreciate it even more because it's like the author trusts you to figure it out.
Yeah, and I think that's why it's so satisfying to read.
It is.
It sticks with you.
Definitely.
You keep thinking about the characters and wondering what you would have done.
That's what a great book does.
It makes you think.
It entertains you, but it also makes you think critically about your own life.
Okay, so just to recap, we've got Rhythm stuck between her past with Raheem and this like super intense connection with Channing.
Right, and don't forget, Channing is now working with Raheem.
Oh yeah, talk about a recipe for disaster.
It is. You can just feel the tension building. Like, is their secret going to come out?
And if it does, what's Raheem going to do?
Right, and how about Rhythm?
Yeah, she's finally happy.
Yeah, will she be willing to risk it all when the truth comes out?
It's like she has to decide what's more important.
Exactly. Is it protecting herself or fighting for what she wants?
You know, playing it safe or taking a leap of faith.
Right. And I think we've all been there at some point.
Oh, yeah. Those moments when you have to choose between what's easy and what you really believe in.
And what's so great about this book is that the author doesn't tell you what to do.
Right. There's no easy answer.
She just makes you think about it yourself.
Yeah, like what would I do if I were Rhythm?
Exactly. And it makes you think about your own life, too.
Totally. Like, how much would I sacrifice for love? Or how much do I let other people influence my decisions?
Those are big questions.
And they're timeless, you know?
They are. And by putting them in this love story, the book becomes more than just a fun read.
Yeah, it's like it makes you think about the human experience.
It does. It stays with you long after you finish it.
You keep thinking about the characters.
And what they decided to do.
And what you would have done.
That's the mark of a truly great book.
It entertains you and makes you think.
So if you're looking for a book with romance, drama, and questions that make you think,
Rhythm's Blues is for you.
It's a wild ride for sure, but it's more than that.
It's a story that will stay with you and make you think about your own life.
We hope this deep dive has given you a taste of what the book's about.
And that you'll want to read it yourself.
We just scratched the surface.
There's so much more to uncover.
So go ahead, dive in and see where the rhythm takes you.
And who knows, maybe you'll find yourself humming a new tune.
That's it for this deep dive.
Until next time, happy reading.